Hey folks, JR, back for another episode of Echoes of Shannon Street Case File. It's going to be episode 99, The Bloodletting Ends Today. This is going to be the final episode covering the blood work by TBI. I know some of you are probably going to throw a party with that announcement there. And then after this episode, episode 100, we'll go into the ballistics, and that'll probably take maybe 2 episodes to go through it. But anyways, let's get through this last part here, and we'll see what the future holds. Alright, we're going to begin with number 125. That's going to be a sample taken from the area of body number 6, which is Lindbergh Sanders. Now 126 is sample from the area of body number 7. Now that's going to be in the other room, the southwest bedroom, so we're going to deal with that one in just a few minutes. And then number 127 is a glass fragment. Now, it doesn't specify, but I'm going to take a big assumption and assume it's glass fragments taken from the bedroom, the northwest bedroom, from the mirror that's broken on the bed. 125, that's the blood staining from body number 6. Was inconclusive, so they couldn't establish a blood type on it. Now we're going to jump to 127, which is the glass fragments. Now that was human blood staining, and it was blood type O. Blood type O could have been Hester or Aiken, but it's not going to be either one. Bobby Hester was never in that room as far as we know. And Russ Aiken never got to that side of the house. Russ Aiken was on the east side, southeast side of the house. He never made it to the west side as far as we know. So that would narrow it down to either Lindbergh, Sanders, Larnell Sanders, Coleman, or Houston would be the ones that more than likely contributed that blood that was found on the glass in the bed. Now we're going to deal with number 126. That's a sample taken from the area of body number 7. That's from the southwest bedroom. 126, there was human blood staining, but it was inconclusive. Now, the body in southwest bedroom G7, that's Andrew Houston. He's blood type O. So I would think if the sample of blood was taken near his body, that it's probably going to be type O and it's going to belong to him. All right, we've got sample 128. That comes from the dresser in what they call the front bedroom, which is the northeast bedroom. That's where Bobby Hester was taken initially. And we're going to deal with 128, number 129, which is the blue-green carpet sample taken from between the end of the bed and the front of the dresser. Blue-green carpet sample from under a stool in the front bedroom. And then blue-green carpet sample from foot of bed in the front bedroom. So 128, human blood staining, it was blood type O. Number 129, human blood staining, type O. 130, human blood staining, type O. And then 131, human blood staining, type O. Now, if you look at the blood typing, you can see who it could have been. Hester or Aiken, and then the suspects, Lindbergh or Larnell Sanders, Coleman or Houston. Now, it wasn't Aiken because he never got to that bedroom. Now, it could be one of the suspects, but Hester was beaten for a good deal of time in that bedroom, in the northeast bedroom, so almost assuredly that type O blood is all Bobby Hester's. So with blood on top of the dresser and then on the carpet around the bed, that blood's gonna either come from when the metal flashlight impacts Bobby Hester's skull, or it could be cast off. I'm pretty sure that blood on top of the dresser was cast off, which means when the flashlight is coming back, blood will cast off from the flashlight and then land on top of the dresser. And then, of course, when the flashlight comes forward, it's got blood on it, so that blood's going to be transported across the room as well. It is amazing how much pent-up anger a human being can have towards another, that they can beat someone to death over 5 or 6 hours. 132, human blood staining, blood type O. 133, there was a presence of human blood staining. Further tests were inconclusive, so we not for sure of the blood type there. Now, blood type O, you can see who possibly would have left that blood. It's probably not going to be Bobby Hester's. As far as we know, he was never taken into the kitchen. And it's probably not going to be Russ Aiken's. As far as we know, he never made it to the kitchen. He never got as far as the bar in the den, as far as he went. So more than likely that type O is going to be either Lindbergh or Larnell, or possibly Coleman or Houston. I don't think we can narrow it down from there. If I had to guess, though, it would probably be Houston's blood. But there's no way to know. All right, we're going to cover 134 through 137. We're going to move into the den. 134 is sample from vacuum cleaner and bar area. Number 135 is orange yellow carpet sample from bar area. 136 is sample from top of valet on bar. 137 is sample from white chair east of bar. Now, 134, the vacuum cleaner, that's going to be blood type A. Now, blood type A, it's either going to be TAC Officer Ray or Officer Swill or suspect Thomas. Now, I'm just going to throw this out. I know it was not Ray Swills. He never made it past the living room. I guess it could be Thomas, but I'm thinking it's Ray's blood. If you remember, Ray busted his hand up when they initially forced open the rear door, and Ray went down that hallway into the southwest bedroom. He's right-handed. I'm sure he didn't step over the vacuum, so I'm sure he went around to the left. So I figure that blood on the vacuum's probably his. Now, 135, orange yellow carpet sample from the bar area. That's human blood staining. And they weren't able to get a blood type on it. 136, sample from the top of the bar, was inconclusive. And 137, sample from the white chair east of the bar, that also was inconclusive, other than they can say it was human blood. We got 138 and 139. Now we're down in the Sunken Den, or you could call it the meeting room. 138 is sample from the steps between the bar area and the Sunken Den. 139 is a sample from the table in the Sunken Den. 138, blood type A. And then 139, present human blood staining, inconclusive on the results. Blood type A, you only got three possibilities. That's TAC Officer Ray, Officer Swill, and then suspect Thomas. It was not Ray Swill's blood. He was confined to the living room area. It could have been Thomas, but I think it's going to be Ray's blood. Ray busted his hand coming through the back door, so he's dribbling blood as he's walking. In fact, you can follow his path, blood on the steps and then blood on the vacuum. That vacuum cleaner, that's the little hallway that leads from the den to the southwest bedroom, which would indicate that his statement he gave is accurate for his movements, which would be from the back door, up the stairs, back to the west, down the hallway into the southwest bedroom. So his blood typing would verify his story. All right, we've got 140A, 140B, 141, and 142. Now, 140A is a sample from the concrete threshold into the back door. 140B is sample from concrete threshold into the back door. 141, two pieces of plaster or concrete from back door. 142, cigarette butt from back door area. And 140A was human blood stains, inconclusive. 140B, human blood staining, it was blood type A, which is going to be from that concrete threshold. And 141, human blood staining, but they're not sure of the blood typing. And then 142, inconclusive, it was human blood. Now, you can see in that picture what looks like human blood there on the concrete. And it's type A. I'm going to, no doubt that's not Ray Swill's blood, so it's probably not going to be Thomas. Almost certainly that's going to be the TAC Officer Ray. And again, this verifies his story that he busted his hand up initially forcing open the door. You can see the realm laying there in the doorway. It's the red with the handles on it. That's what he was holding on to. Now, he would have been on the right side of the realm. So when the realm impacted the door, his right hand went forward and was crushed between the door and the realm. That's what split his hand open. So not only does that verify his story of how his hand was damaged, but again, you can follow his path through the house from his blood, from the back door where he dropped blood, stairwell where he dropped blood, and then the vacuum cleaner. So if all the statements given, the blood typing definitely would verify his story. All right, folks, that's going to wrap up this episode. I had thought about doing a review of the blood work, but I think what we've done is enough. I think we can see from the blood testing that obviously it's not as good as DNA, but at least from that we can verify some of the statements. TAC Officer Ray's, Officer Swill's statement, because his blood staining, you can see where it was at in the living room, which would verify his statement as to where he was in the living room and what happened in his movements. Also, it gives you an idea of where Bobby Hester was throughout the house from his blood. All right, well, folks, next episode we'll get into the some of the firearms stuff. Other than that, I'm gonna leave it with y'all, and I will see you down the road.